One of the most important things we document on this channel is that there are so many excuses for so much black criminality, so wildly out of proportion, it almost seems that if somehow criminality is now the new black entitlement. Now, there's no seams about it because that's what we see here every day. I mean, how many times have we seen a story, a guy in front of the judge, whether it's Judge DeLotte out in Cincinnati or lots of other people that we document. One of the fellas has been brought in front of a judge for clunking somebody over the head, stealing something from a store, or whatever, assaulting someone. Gets in front of a judge, the judge looks at him and he looks at either the sentencing report or the pretrial report, and he goes, well, I see here when you were 6 years old, some white shopkeeper or some old white person on your block did not give you all the free stuff that you wanted. And so I understand now why you're in front of me for this ridiculous level of crime that I see every day from black people. It's quite understandable, because crime is the new black entitlement, because you're entitled to commit crime because of all the white racism you've been subject to throughout your entire life. One of the places we see that more than anywhere else is traffic court. Just simple, for example, in San Francisco. San Francisco is 6% black, but 50% of the people who failure to appear in San Francisco traffic court are black. This is a nationwide thing. And they want to call it criminalizing poverty, because it's like, hey, why are you picking on this black person in their car, even though they don't have a license, they don't have a registration, they don't have insurance? That's a function of poverty, not criminality. And so you're going to take this black person to jail, to prison. You're going to revoke their license all because they can't afford to do what you want them to do. This is huge. All over the country, somebody started figuring this out about 3 or 4 years ago, and it kind of got bigger. Happy to report that some of these things everyone figured out have been diminishing a little bit. But so many people are just looking into the camera or doing these bogus academic reports talking about criminalizing poverty and how could we ever expect a black person to obey a traffic law? That's a white thing. Don't you know that? Here's the latest, one of the craziest cases out of Boston on that exact point. Somewhere the guy involved in this accident, we're going to hear from him, somewhere he got the impression that black people don't have to obey traffic laws no matter what.
The driver who admitted to us that he hit and killed a man today has now been arrested. Good evening. I'm Vanessa Welch.
And I'm Mark Ockelman. Sources tell Boston 25 News reporter Drew Caritas that police moved in just moments after seeing our report at 10 o'clock. Let's get to Drew live at the scene in Alston. And Drew, the driver admitted to you that he took off too.
That's right, he did, Mark, and police sources are confirming to us at this hour they have arrested the 32-year-old driver. That arrest took place just minutes after our exclusive interview with him aired at 10 o'clock. Sources are telling us they did not have enough evidence to charge him based on the limited statements he made during police questioning. We can confirm tonight he is now headed to jail.
Right now, I'm not worried about nothing, man. Like I said, I'm not a stone cold killer. I didn't do nothing on purpose. People hit and run people all the time.
Just hours after the impact that sent an elderly man flying through the air, the driver, who tells us he was behind the wheel, is out of police custody and making no apologies.
And what happened is what happened, man. And it wasn't intentionally. Accidents happen. All it was an accident.
Still wearing the disposable suit given to him during police questioning after his clothing was seized, Potion Fitz firmly stands behind his decision to continue driving away from the scene.
I was scared and worried because I didn't know what could happen. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I left. I said, God forbid, I hope, he's okay.
The 80-year-old man who police say was in the crosswalk on Commonwealth Avenue wasn't okay. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. The front-end damage to the Jeep that Fitz admits to driving sheds light on the tragic outcome.
I'm driving too quick to the point where it's like I couldn't really stop, but it was a green light. So as the guy was walking, The light is green, I'm driving, and I'm pressing the horn. Beep, 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 beep. It was either I was going to die and crash into a pole, so when it came down to it...
Fitz was taken into police custody less than 1 mile from the scene at this Brighton housing community where he lives with his mother. There, investigators carefully examined the Jeep involved before towing it away for further processing. Sources tell us they had no choice but let Fitz go. Exactly why remains unclear.
That's disgusting. Hit someone and run.
They released me because I'm not guilty. I'm a real gangster, not a bad way. I'm a gangster because I help out the community.
So how'd you like my man? How'd you like my gangsta? He's not a regular gangster. He helps kids. And as long as you pull the gangster, the race card, the kid card, why would you expect him to obey traffic laws of any kind? Why would you expect him to be arrested for a hit-and-run fatal accident? Why? Why don't you understand that crime is the new black entitlement? I'll tell you why. Because you're just afraid of making the black kids angry.